Found outside in a gutter, this is a flexible, light, plastic banana peel shape, about 6 centimeters long. It has spaces of different widths between each fold and a hexagonal hole. Theories include a candy holder or a banana-shaped banana holder. What is it? This flexible plastic banana peel is identified as a candy spray holder. This is a novelty candy item, popular with children, where a small bottle of liquid candy spray is housed within a fun, shaped plastic holder. In this case, the holder is a banana peel. The nozzle of the candy spray bottle would protrude from the top, and the flexible peel parts would be the case. The hexagonal hole is likely where the bottle's mechanism was secured. It's a piece of discarded candy packaging. Found on a sidewalk in a suburban neighborhood, this is a seemingly crushed small metal object with the word metric stamped into it. It seems to be a lid or cap of some sort. What is it? This is likely a lug nut cover. Many cars, especially older ones, or those with steel wheels, have decorative chrome or plastic caps that press fit over the standard steel lug nuts. This provides a more finished look and protects the lug nuts from rust. These covers can sometimes become loose and fall off, ending up on the road or sidewalk. The metric stamping would indicate the thread size of the lug nut it was designed to cover. This is a bracket from an IKEA installation booklet for a Kungsfors kitchen system. It's a Z-shaped bracket that is not supplied with the kit. It's about 100 millimeters long, 20 millimeters wide, and creates a 2 millimeters gap. The finder can't find anything similar online or at hardware stores. What is this specific type of bracket? This bracket, whether it's called a Z-bracket or a French cleat, seems to be a specific IKEA part that might not have a generic equivalent at a standard hardware store. The commenter offers practical advice. If you believe it should have come with your kit, go back to IKEA and show them the picture you posted here. The IKEA near me has boxes of extra pieces for cases like this. You just need to ask. This is the best course of action. IKEA customer service desks often have a spare parts bin with a huge assortment of screws, brackets, and dowels to help customers who are missing a piece from their flat-pack furniture kit. Found on a beach on an island in western Washington, this is a carved, bone-like object with holes and uniform lines. It's about a hand's length, looks worn and old, and has no markings. It looks like a brush of some kind. What is it? This is identified as a bone hairbrush, or at least the back of one. Before the widespread use of plastics, hairbrush backs and handles were often made from natural materials like wood, ivory, or bone. The uniform lines of holes would be where the bristles, originally made from boar hair or other natural fibers, were inserted and secured. Over a long time of being in a marine environment, the bristles would have completely rotted away, leaving only the more durable bone back. The link shows a similar example of an antique bone brush. This is a 48-inch long decorative leather strap, 2 inches wide. It's too short for a horse breast strap and too long for a human's belt with its current fastening. The decorative pattern stops in the middle, and it has stitch holes, suggesting it was fixed onto something. What is it? This is identified as a gun belt, likely a Mexican style. A gun belt, or cartridge belt, is designed to be worn around the hips, not the waist, which is why it's longer than a standard trouser belt. The wide leather provides support for the weight of a holster and a firearm, as well as loops for carrying extra ammunition. The stitch holes indicate where a holster or other accessories would have been attached. The decorative pattern stopping in the middle might be where it was covered by a large buckle or another piece of equipment. It's a piece of classic Western-style leatherwork. This is some kind of furniture leg, about 8 inches tall, made of metal. It was found in a bedroom where a futon once was, and the finder needs to know what it is to potentially replace it and reassemble the furniture. What is it? This is identified as a bed frame post, specifically a center support leg for a bed frame. Many modern bed frames, especially for larger queen or king-sized beds, have one or more adjustable support legs that run down the center slat. These legs provide crucial support in the middle of the bed, preventing the mattress and box spring from sagging. They are often adjustable in height to accommodate different frame heights. The commenter just used the same ones and confirms they are bed frame center support legs, often sold as replacement parts. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit like and subscribe. Your support genuinely helps YouTube's algorithm find more curious explorers like you. Thank you for helping us grow. Stay curious. This black substance was found on the floor of a Tesla Model S. It's very sticky when squished, leaves a black stain, and has no detectable odor. What is this gooey mess? This sticky black substance looks like old foam that has degraded. In many cars, pieces of open cell or closed cell foam are used as vibration dampening, sound deadening, or as gaskets between plastic trim pieces. Over time, especially with exposure to heat cycles, this foam can break down and revert to a sticky, tar-like goo. Its location on the floor suggests it may have fallen from behind a piece of dashboard trim, from within a door panel, or from the HVAC system, leaving a sticky residue. This metal thing is outside an apartment balcony. It has a latch that allows it to be placed at a 90-degree angle and also has 6 notches and 5 holes. The finder is pretty sure it's to hang clothes. What is it actually for? This is an attachment point for a retractable awning. My camper had the same piece. When a retractable awning is extended, it has support arms. This bracket would be mounted on the wall or the RV, and the end of the awning's support arm would lock into it. The latch and notches provide a secure connection, preventing the wind from lifting the awning and potentially damaging it or ripping it from its mounting. It's a critical piece of hardware for ensuring the stability of an extended awning. This metal red cylinder was found in the woods behind a house in Randolph Co., North Carolina. It weighs 3.75 ounces. A penny is shown for scale. What is it? Given its size, estimated from the penny, cylindrical shape, and weight, this is most likely an old, corroded D-cell battery. D-cell batteries are a standard size of dry cell battery, commonly used in high-drain devices like large flashlights, radios, and some toys. The outer metal casing, which can be various colors including red, can rust and degrade over time when discarded in the woods, but the basic form and heft would remain. It is a very common piece of litter. Found near a small stream in Quebec City, this was poked with a reed and seems hard on top and squishy on the bottom. Is it styrofoam? Yes, the commenter is pretty certain that this is a variety of styrofoam, expanded polystyrene, though perhaps an older formulation that has degraded in a specific way. When a piece of styrofoam floats in water for a long time, the outer surface can become hardened, brittle, or colonized by algae, while the inner part remains softer or squishy. It's a very common type of plastic pollution found near waterways, often breaking off from old dock floats, packaging, or disposable coolers. Found in a rental vehicle, this has a magnet on the back and the Dewalt tool logo on the front. At first, the finder thought it was a badge that had fallen off a tool. A wedding ring is shown for scale. What is it? This is quite possibly just a promotional magnet with the Dewalt tool logo on it. Dewalt is a major brand of power tools, and it's very common for companies like this to produce promotional merchandise, including simple magnets for sticking on toolboxes, refrigerators, or workshop cabinets. It could have been left in the rental truck by a previous user who was a contractor or a fan of the brand. It's a straightforward piece of brand advertising. Found at a thrift store, this wallet has no pockets for change, just windows inside. What is this for? This type of wallet is specifically designed to hold photos and keys. The multiple clear plastic windows or sleeves are for displaying a collection of small photographs of family and loved ones. Additionally, these wallets often include a small set of metal clips or hooks, specifically for holding individual keys. It's a compact, combined organizer for two very different but essential personal items. This style was more popular in the past, before digital photos on phones became the norm. This thing is attached to a wall in a new place. There's nothing on the other side of the wall. What is its purpose? This is a wall-mounted door stopper or door bumper. Its purpose is to prevent a nearby door from swinging open too far and having its doorknob or handle slam into the wall, which would cause damage to the drywall or plaster. It is mounted on the wall at the point where the doorknob would make contact. They come in many styles, but they all serve this simple, protective function. The fact there is nothing on the other side of the wall is irrelevant. Its placement is determined by the swing of the door. Found under a blackboard in a German university lecture room, this is a big metal dish with holes of some sort and a glass plastic inlay. The finder wonders if it's an ashtray for big cigars, but questions why it would be in a classroom. The holder pieces could also hold chalk. What is it? Despite its location, this is identified simply as an ashtray. In past decades, smoking was much more common and was permitted in many places where it is now banned, including university lecture halls and classrooms. This large, robust ashtray would have been a standard fixture for the professor or lecturer, and possibly even for students in some settings. The inlay would make it easier to clean. The holder pieces would have been rests for cigarettes. It is a fascinating relic from a very different era of social norms and public health attitudes. This white-ish plastic thing is seen in a neighbor's window. It fills the vertical space of the window opening and makes a quiet, airy sound. An incense smell sometimes comes from it. It used to be in the living room window, but is now in a bedroom window. What is it? This is a window vent kit for a portable air conditioning unit. A portable AC unit sits on the floor inside the room and works by venting hot air to the outside through a large, flexible hose. This plastic panel is an adjustable piece that fits into a partially opened window, often a vertically sliding one. It has an opening where the hot air exhaust hose from the AC unit connects, allowing the heat and moisture to be vented outdoors while sealing the rest of the window opening. People often move these portable units from room to room as needed. The incense smell is unrelated. This white, tablet-like device has a black folio cover on it. One side is slightly raised, like an e-reader, but no physical buttons are visible at first glance. What is this electronic device? This is identified as a Kobo e-reader. Kobo is a popular brand of e-readers, a direct competitor to Amazon's Kindle. Many Kobo models, like the Kobo Libra or Sage, have an asymmetrical design with a wider bezel and physical page-turn buttons on one side, which matches the slightly raised description. The commenter notes that the buttons are there, but they can blend in with the design. The e-ink screen, designed for reading, would also distinguish it from a standard LCD tablet. This is a white, plastic, smooth, 5-inch square box. What is this piece of modern security or tracking hardware? This is identified as part of a Centigix badge tracking security system. Centigix is a company that provides an incident response solution primarily for schools and other large institutions. Staff members wear a smart badge with a panic button. If an emergency occurs, they can press the button to instantly alert administrators and responders. This white square box is likely a gateway or locator beacon that is part of the system's infrastructure, which is used to receive the signals from the badges and determine the precise location of the alert within the building. These metal prongs were found outside an apartment door. No work has been done recently, and no one else has them. They are small, about 1 inch long, and curved up at the ends. Where are they from? These metal prongs are identified as fence staples. These are large U-shaped staples with 2 sharp points. They are used to attach wire fencing, like barbed wire or woven wire, to wooden fence posts. A hammer is used to drive the staple into the post, with the U-shape holding the wire in place. Finding them outside an apartment door is strange. They were likely dropped by a maintenance worker or contractor who was doing fencing work somewhere else nearby and accidentally tracked them to that location, or had them fall out of a tool pouch. This is a 1/4 circle flexible plastic sheet, which, if 4 pieces were combined, would make a disc about 14 inches in diameter. It has a center cutout and small holes. What is it? The commenter notes that this is likely a homemade part, not a commercially available product. You could make your own from a suitable piece of scrap plastic, like a bucket lid, with a saw and a drill. Its purpose is unknown without more context, but given its shape and holes, it could be a homemade stencil, part of a garden project, like a tree guard, a component for a DIY hobby project, or a template for cutting other materials. The key here is its likely origin as a one-off, custom-made piece, rather than a standard item. Seen in a hotel window in the USA, This thing pops up about half an inch. What is this feature? This looks like a trickle vent or a window vent. These are small, often adjustable, openings integrated into the window frame. Their purpose is to allow for a small amount of controlled ventilation, letting fresh air into a room without having to open the entire window. This can be useful for reducing condensation, improving air quality, and providing background ventilation while maintaining security. The pop-up mechanism is how it is opened to allow airflow. They are a common feature on modern windows in many parts of the world. White spots have appeared on an old DS Lite case that was sitting next to a mini cosmetics fridge for several months. The finder is worried it might be mold. What are these spots? This is identified simply as dust. Mini cosmetics fridges, like all refrigerators, have a small cooling unit with a fan and vents on the back or sides to dissipate heat. This fan moves air, and in doing so, it can attract and circulate airborne dust particles. If the DS Lite case was sitting right next to these vents for several months, the air currents created by the fan would cause dust to accumulate on its surface in a specific pattern, which can sometimes look like spots or splotches, especially if there is a slight static charge on the plastic case. This hole, approximately 2 to 3 inches in diameter, is a mystery. A glove is shown for scale. The commenter suggests it's more likely a rat hole than a rat-snake hole. The commenter's distinction is important. While rat snakes will often inhabit the burrows of other animals, they don't do much digging themselves. Rats, on the other hand, are prolific burrowers. They create extensive tunnel systems for nesting and shelter. A hole of 2 to 3 inches in diameter is a typical size for the entrance to a burrow system created by a brown rat, Norway rat. The hole would likely be smooth from repeated use and might have a pile of excavated dirt nearby. It's a clear sign of a rat infestation on the property. What is this white, rectangular ridge on top of the ceiling of a bedroom? This is a soffit, also known as a bulkhead. In interior construction, a soffit is a box-like structure built down from the ceiling or out from a wall. Its purpose is almost always to conceal something. This could be HVAC ductwork, plumbing pipes, electrical wiring, or a structural support beam that the architect or builder wanted to hide from view for aesthetic reasons. By enclosing these utilitarian elements in a soffit framed with wood or metal studs and covered with drywall, they become an integrated part of the room's architecture. This came in a nail kit. It's a random black circle that feels like vinyl. What is it? This is likely a small roll of nail art striping tape. This is a very thin, self-adhesive vinyl tape that comes in various colors, including black, and is sold in small rolls that look like a black circle. Nail artists use it to create precise, straight lines and geometric designs on manicures. You apply the tape to the nail, paint over it with a different color of polish, and then carefully peel the tape off while the polish is still wet, leaving behind a crisp line. It's a common item in nail art kits. This random white Sylvania box is mounted on a wall in a house. It's been there for years, but recently made a strange, short electronic buzz and feels warm to the touch on one side. Google searches have been fruitless. What could it be? Despite its mysterious behavior, this Sylvania box is identified simply as a doorbell chime. The box contains the mechanism, either bells, chimes, or an electronic speaker, that sounds when the doorbell button outside is pressed. The electronic buzz it made could be a sign that an internal component, like the transformer or the chime mechanism, is beginning to fail. The warmth to the touch also suggests an electrical component is drawing power continuously, which can happen with age or a fault in the system. Found while rummaging through old electronics, this is a LabTech regulated power adapter, model AD6. It has a switch to change the voltage, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, and 9 volts. What was this used for? This is a universal power adapter, likely from the 1990s. LabTech was a popular manufacturer of computer speakers and other peripherals. Before USB standardized on 5-volt power for most small devices, different electronics required different voltages. A universal adapter like this one, with a switch to select the correct voltage, was often included with products like computer speakers. This allowed the manufacturer to use the same power adapter for their entire product line, saving costs, as the user could simply select the voltage required by their specific model. This is a large metal irregular cylinder with ribbed flat circles at both ends. It's the size of a person, located in Northern California in a park, and appears old. It's nowhere near a road, so it wasn't dumped from a vehicle recently. What is it? This is a large industrial cable reel or spool, but it's just the central drum, missing the two large flat flanges that would have been at either end. These massive reels are used to transport and deploy heavy-duty electrical cable, fiber optic cable, or wire rope. The central drum is where the cable is wound. After the cable is used up, sometimes only the metal drum is left behind or discarded. Its presence in a park, far from a road, is a mystery, but it may have been abandoned long ago after a utility installation in the area. Unpacking a 3D printer, these 3M double-sided pads are on the inside packaging. They are 2 inches long, rectangular, with a hole in the middle. What is their purpose? The answer to this question depends entirely on which 3D printer it is and what the instructions say. The commenter correctly points this out. These adhesive pads are almost certainly for a specific part of the printer's setup. They might be for sticking down a small accessory, attaching a filament guide, mounting a power supply, or providing vibration-damping feet for the printer to sit on. Without consulting the printer's assembly manual, which would show where these pads are meant to be used, their exact purpose remains a guess. This mysterious structure in a backyard is made of wood and has soil in it. It's clearly for gardening of some kind. What is its specific design? This is just a homemade raised garden bed, but with an added feature, a structure suitable for supporting a shade roof or cover. Raised beds are popular for gardening as they offer better drainage and soil control. The additional framework rising above the bed would be used to drape shade cloth, netting, or plastic sheeting. This would be for protecting plants that are sensitive to direct, intense sunlight, like lettuce or peas in some climates, shielding them from pests like birds or insects, or creating a mini greenhouse environment to extend the growing season. This is a metallic object with a black bottom surface and tip. It's weighted, and the top has diagonal sides. The black surface shows a rainbow sheen when light shines on it. Crucially, it has some small text on it. The solution here is a clever bit of meta-commentary on What Is This Thing? The commenter notes, and has a small text on it that would make it too easy to identify. This implies that the object likely has a manufacturer's name, a part number, or some other identifying text written on it that the original poster has overlooked or not mentioned. Very often, the answer to "what is this thing" is written right on the thing itself. Without knowing what the text says, a definitive identification is impossible, but the first step should always be to read any and all markings. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit that like button and subscribe. Stay curious. More finds coming soon.